Hey guys, this is Black17 here, and today we're back for another PFA season battle as we're up against Raekii of the Istanbul Granbulls. So this game is by far basically the battle between the two best teams. So um, I think I have a better record in terms of like having just one win, win. So um, basically speaking, Raekii could potentially take the first slot or the top spot of this league if, from a differential perspective, if he manages to beat me by a significant margin. So our plan's just to win. That's just it. But given how late the season is, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna like play it safe. Since this is a likely finals opponent as well, I'm just gonna go in there and just like try to gauge what it can do, what it cannot do, or whatever. So there's some stuff I may say, some stuff I won't say, but then again, I'm making this video, so. So anyways, let's get on to the battle itself. So Raekii has a team of Kyurem-B, Tyranitar, Sandslash, with Sandslash being a potential Z-move user. Scolipede. Thankfully that's not his name either. Bronzong and Aloe. Other mons he could have brought was Kofag, Moltres, Superior, I believe Mega Garchomp. I forgot the last one, but it doesn't really matter. So, oh yeah, Florges. So this game, I realized, you know, first of all, like his team is really weak to Charizard. But he has a lot of fast response and defensive team responses, so I figured that he was gonna like bring some stuff like Heat-Proof, Bronzong, Aloe. I think Aloe was pretty obvious he's gonna bring that one. Scolipede just for the speed. Sandslash, Guitar being very defensive. So I wasn't so sure whether you bring defensive or like banned. Like I'm always suspecting people bring Bantar or Scarftar, but I'm not so sure. But for this battle, like I brought Swords Dance Char X because I figured, you know what, I might as well break some of his defensive stuff because he had things like Moltres, Florges, and I was like, oh damn, how am I gonna break this? You know. So I brought a very defensive team of my own, but I gotta basically hold the line here. So I have a Swords Dance Char X with Dragonclaw, Earthquake, Swords Dance, and Roost. So basically no Flare Blitz because I don't want to take recoil and shit. So I figured that one of these guys is gonna have Toxic, so best not to compound their HP. So losses. So yeah. Then you have Aromatisse, which is Calm Mind, which is actually Sassy Nature for this week because I thought he would bring a Gyro Wall, Bronzong will. We'll get to that in a bit, but we have Calm Mind, Wish, Heal Bell, so pretty standard cleric. We have Scrafty with Bulk Up, Knock Off, Drain Punch, and a certain coverage move I didn't use, but I'll say it later. But then we have our two birds here, which is Crobat and Zapdos. Zapdos actually isn't the defogger, it's actually Crobat. Crobat has Defog, Super Fang, Brave Bird with the Z, Volume Z for Brave Bird, just to nuke something, like to say Kyurem. Well, obviously he's not gonna take it out, but like if it's like very weak, then I will. So, like let's say 40% chipped down off, and yeah. Then I have Zapdos with Thunder Waves, just to paralyze stuff on the switch in, so that way like gives me a better time to sweep with potentially with Char X, or just slow stuff down. So, I also have Discharge because why not? And I do have Pressure because I felt maybe. It might be easy to stall out some of his spawns with pressure stalling. And lastly, we have Rocks, EQ, Toxic, Hippo. Same thing that killed me in finals of. Okay, I'm gonna let that go now. So like, you know, let's just like get into the battle. So, all right. So here we leave with Kyurem, and I leave with Scrafty. I have Intimidate. That way, like, if he is banded, we're able to take the hits. So. I do have Scrafty this week just to be able to handle this Kyurem, so Here I decided, you know what, I might as well leave with it because I felt he's gonna leave with Kyurem as well. So here he goes to Aloe, and I go for Knock just to reveal the item, and he has leftovers, so no more leftovers for you. I go to Aloe, he misses Toxic, but of course I'm a poison type, so yeah, no shit. He reveals he sneezes out I have a seed move, so here I go for another Super Fang, and that's huge because now I've weakened this T-Tar heavily. So I go to Hippo here, and he makes a good double into Aloe. So now here I decide I'm gonna go for, as he takes sand damage. Here I decided to go for rocks. I should have Toxic in retrospect, but getting rocks would have been nice. Here I go for Intimidate. Goes for the Ice Beam, and I noticed that with my Spadef investment and his Ice Beam investment, or his Special Attack investment, possibly you could like allude that he isn't like special attacking or some version of that, so he might have some attack EVs, so, or some bulk, I don't know. But either way, I decide, you know what, here I'll just stay in, just go for another knock. But or Drain Punch here, just to get some recovery. As you can see, he's gonna keep throwing in Aloe into the situation every time, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna throw Bot in. So here I go into Scrafty, as I figured he's gonna like make a double back into Kyurem. And he goes into Kyurem just to get the wish off. So basically we're doing this little cat and mouse game. Here I go for Drain Punch just to get some chip onto Sand Slash, so get some good damage here. Now I decided to go to Zapdos because I figured he might just Source Dance on my face, so, and I might as well just pressure him out. First good pun right there, so I have pressure right there. He goes for Source Dance as he clicks the Z button. Pretty much he kind of got annoyed with that, the fact that I went for the double, but yeah. So we forced out the Sand Slash, but we are dealing with this Bronzong, so I honestly should have I had to go for HPIs just to respect the Sand Slash. Here I go for Discharge, and I noticed this thing is not Spadef. Goes for Rocks here, so I'm like thinking maybe this T-Tar isn't, how do I say it, invested, so. He goes for Toxic, it actually misses, which would have been huge. Which I'll get to why in a bit, so. Here I just keep spamming Discharge, as I just keep doing it. And I realize, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. So, because it has some Spadef, so. I'm able to get rid of this thing. However, he has this Kyurem-B here, which is rather annoying. So, so far we have a lot of momentum going in our favor, so. However, he has Kyurem here, so he's able to get some momentum back. So he reveals Fusion Bolt, and I'm able to eat that up. As here he goes back into Sand Slash, as I go for Knockoff. Honestly, I should have just went for like the Drain Punch, because that would have just got me back into like some health and some HP investment instead. Like, yeah, I was kind of concerned about like maybe like Scolipede getting in for free. I had this weird worry about that, but then honestly I should have just went for Knock, because that would have just done more. And I would have been a little bit more healthier to take the hit, and not only that, pretty much 2-hit KO this Sand Slash, and just force this thing to not have to deal with the sand. And you'll see why that this is gonna have major repercussions. As you see, I go for Drain Punch as let's see. Something I forgot to check. No, I think it would have been a roll. So I don't think that really mattered. Then so yeah. So basically, this turn, I need to explain this why I made this turn. This turn does in fact come into play because I basically have to sack a Pokemon. As you saw, like Sand Slash, Source Dance. I could have made a hard read going into like Zapdos, or hard read or just staying in again and taking the what you'll see is to see Stone Edge, as you're gonna see, or not say Stone Edge, but just regular Stone Edge. She makes a good prediction, by the way. So yeah, if I was able to keep Scrafty in, basically I would have had a very healthy Scrafty, with possibly with the Agua Berry, and because I think he might have activated it. I think so. Yeah, he probably would have activated it. So, yeah. So basically, I lose Zapdos. Do a good prediction. So, but of course, he has to sack this thing. So, I still don't know why he sacked it when he had Alola, but here I make another sort of huge questionable play, and I think he did this just because he wanted to get as you'll see what I'll see. I'll explain this right now. So here I thought he was scarfed, given the amount of times he switched out here and there. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to switch out and just play it safe. And I go to Scrafty, but I am getting very low. So here he goes to Scolipede, as I do go for Drain Punch, as this is not going to help my case out at all. So like I said, I should have probably went for a knock here. But of course, Scolipede just happens to switch in, so like I said, like having Zapdos would have been helpful. So here he goes for Swords Dance, and I'm like, oh crap. I do get a crit here, which kind of may or may not matter, but then again, I don't know. So basically, Scrafty's gonna die. So unless he connects with Mega Horn, so which he does. And here I go into Hippo, as here he goes for Aqua Tail, and I'm like, well, shit. So I have to take an Earthquake. So now, honestly, during that whole sequence of plays, I probably should have like preserved Scrafty in some way or fashion, but to be honest, I had no way to stop the Scolipede setup, unfortunately, so I pretty much had to let him just set up. And given how like late game this is, like given how like we're starting to lose Mons here and there, yeah, like it's pretty obvious that like he wanted to go for this. So right now my end game is basically Char X and trying to set up as many Sword Stance to win, as well as that's pretty much my main end game now. But at this point, he's gonna go into Kyurem, and I really don't know what set this Kyurem has. So basically, I'm pretty much forced to sack this Hippo because I kind of feel like I need Aromatisse, which I don't think now that I think about it, I probably should have sacked Aromatisse, and I quotes, because maybe I would have had some use for Hippo later on down the line. I do take a lot from this, and he lets me kill like Kyurem, which I'm not so sure why, but as you'll see. So now here, this is where the whole battle comes down to play, because I basically have to knock out either Bronzong or Aloe. Like Bronzong, well then again, like Bronzong can still win this, but mostly Aloe. So like basically, my plan is just to set up as many Sword Stands as possible just to win this game. So, so here I decide to first of all go for Roost. Honestly, I don't know why I went for that. So, even though I kept saying all that stuff, I honestly should have just went for Sword Stance immediately turn 1, and then like Roosted. But then again, it wouldn't have mattered, since like, here I think I go for like Healing Bell or something like that. So, no, now I remember exactly what happened. So, just bear with me, guys, since I haven't I think this battle happened like 2 weeks ago. So, now I remember exactly what happened. I wanted to go for Calm Mind because I thought that there was no way in hell like Bronzong could touch me. Assuming he had Rocks, Toxic, EQ. However, he does have Heavy Slam, and it does so much damage. And I'm like, crap. That actually does a lot. And he goes for Earthquake. Probably predicting that. But now, like, we have this, Aloe here. So basically now, the game is basically comes down to, like, whether or not I can just break through this with Char X. So, this Aloe with Char X. Or Bronzong. I tried to go for the Aromatisse because I thought he, like, with Gyro Ball, with the investment, the speed investment I have had, like, Gyro Ball at most would do, like, around 40-something%, not, like... But obviously, he has Heavy Slam with something either, like, maybe Heavy Metal or something like that. I think Bronzong does get access to that shit, so... Then again, Heat Proof is out of the question, so yeah. Here I just keep going for Swords Dances because I know I need +3, and I can kill them no matter what with this set, so... So... Here he goes to Bronzong as I go for Dragon Claw. Honestly, I should have just roosted. Because, as you'll see, like, and honestly, I could have just went for Dragon Claw here, but I don't know why I didn't go for it. Like, honestly, there's like, I kept playing around with like Toxic turns and Protect and whatnot, so yeah. It was basically just me trying to figure out like how the hell do I get across to this situation, so. I could definitely see where I choked, now that I think about it, so. Here I go for Dragon Claw. Honestly, this is the turn where I should have roosted, so. And he does get a double Protect, which is unfortunate because with his investment and with my boost, I would have just killed him off right there. And maybe Crobat just 1v1s Bronzong and wins this game. But alas, we're about to lose. So I did take a lot of time out of this game because I thought maybe I could get some paralysis turns. I'm gonna like speed this game up because this game goes to 124 turns or 226 turns or whatever. So basically the whole time I tried to like get Crobat or into a win con. And by the way, removing the rocks was really shitty on my end, but as you'll see, like I tried to get into a situation where Char X could just set up and sweep, but I was way too passive and he took advantage of that. And basically just, and by the way, he has knockoff, so no Scald. So this is gonna be a while. So the only reason why I did this because I wanted to see how, if next time I do have to battle him, how this would occur again. So I do go for Z-Fly just because in case he just doesn't think I have it. Like maybe hope for a crit or something, but obviously he's just gonna keep making these switches and like he's gonna basically PP stall me out. So so regarding the Char X turn, I think it really just came down to like no, I think all this could have been prevented if I even kept at least Scrafty, Hippo, or even either Scrafty, Hippo, or Zapdos, one of the three, because one of those three basically wins this game. Like with in tandem with each other, or even two of them, because like especially the fact that like I think it all started with with Sandslash just knocking out Zapdos. And honestly, I should have just went into like Hippo, but I felt like preserving Hippo was really important just to have like something to check Scolipede. So, and I didn't want to lose Hippowdon to like Z Earthquake. So, like basically speaking, I have to like go for Drain Punch that turn where like I have to go for Drain Punch that turn when he went for Stone Edge, which means he has to knock it, which hopefully he misses Stone Edge, and hopefully he activates my berry, not crits me. So basically, and I just knock out the thing and with some replenish HP. Either he activates my berry, or I'd be like very very close to or in the cusp of activating it with rock switching. So basically speaking, I would have been able to like if I would have like preserved Zapdos in that situation, then it would have been huge just to have another Mon just be able to 1v1 these guys. Because of course pressure, paralysis, the Aloe could just get paralyzed. But yeah, and obviously Aloe Momolo does not want to switch into fucking like discharge. Does not want to switch to that. So um and yeah, so and also having a Hippo would have been nice just to like be able to toxic that Alum down. But then again, he would have been like much lower in HP value, I guess. Maybe like I would say like he would be barely doing enough to just be switching around, basically speaking. So and lastly, I do will say that I do want to say is that my secret tech for Scrafty was actually Rest, but honestly, I don't think Rest would have helped me out because aside maybe stalling out one of those things out, as you can see, like he could just switch infinitely, just to stall out my attack. So, but either way, he would have probably had lost either Bronze or Aloe in the process, sort of like on a 1v1. So, because if you think about it, like this is assuming if I had Scrafty right here in this situation, because Rest means I have to spend 2 turns to like go to sleep, and that means 2 turns of him to like attack me. Though the paralysis here just helps. So, and by the way, the only reason I did this is because like the only way I win is if I waken like Bronzong or I just PP stall him, as it's or whatever. So, also having Tom would have been nice here, like Tom plus Super Fang, so that way Bronzong's definitely gonna die, or whatever. So. Like, Aloe's definitely gonna, like, lose, like, Aloe definitely loses out in Protect turns. So, because then again, like, Toxic would have been helped. Then again, like, he would have been forced to Protect over and over and over, but whatever, so. So, I'm just showing you the whole battle because, basically that's what happens. Just me, trying to see how this ends. Because we all know how this is gonna end, so. This is just me, like, in the Titanic and just like, you know what? I'm gonna let this ship sink for once. You just gotta go down. Like, as you can see, I'm just gonna go for game right here, even though I don't know, like, whether I can take these hits very well, so. And I think I'm talking with Raekii the whole damn time, but, you know, at this point I was like, wait, why am I doing this? I could just forfeit, but then I'm like, you know what? I rather the guys just see that I could just I guess you could say willing to spend the whole time just attempting to win the game, but obviously that fails. Hopefully, I was hoping that RNG helps me out, just have him be paralyzed for like indefinite amount of turns. I've seen that happen once, but of course, I don't know, that's never gonna happen, so yeah. So, more of the story, win your 50-50s, people. You gotta win your 50-50s. So, and that's pretty much it. All I have to say. So, and it's also like a very good. It's also one thing to know is that like, he could have just won like doing this earlier, like not sending in Kira. Well, then again, like, I guess his plan was to try to like weaken down or kill everything down, so that way, Bronzong, Scrafty, are able to like win the game for him. So yeah. I think I'd start struggling right here, so, I don't know, but, basically the whole, basically, like, speaking, having either Zapdos, Scrafty, or Hippo would have been helpful, because this thing actually turns out not to be, Levitate, and, I could have just toxic down the Aloe, and not only that, I could have just kept Earthquaking Aloe as well, so he would have been forced to go for as many wishes as possible, so yeah. But then again, it has to involve me getting rid of this Kyurem-B, so yeah. So anyways, that's going to be a good game to Raekii, as we do fall in a 2-0-2 loss. However, the good news is, I think we didn't lose that badly, now that I think about it. Because it really just came down to like that double protect turn with Char X. But again, that's Pokemon for you, so I'm very surprised he actually did stay in with the Aloe. Despite all the times I'm just like not even going for Sword Stance with Char X, so yeah. Honestly, I probably should have just like went for Dragon Claw multiple times. I probably could have killed like the Bronzong if I wanted to. Because I did like 50%, so if I went for another sword stance and whatnot, then maybe... But then again, that's such a speculation. But I think the best way I would have won is if I had Zapdos, like one of the other three, like Scrafty, Zapdos, and Hippo. Like wear them down with one of those mons, combination of Crobat and those. If I had two of them, if I had two of those mons with me, then I'd probably win this game. But it would have been long and drawn out, and he would have probably lost more PP than I did, especially if I had like Zapdos in the back. So yeah, so I guess that'll be the game. So this is a good 25-minute long video. So anyways, I'm gonna be heading out here. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and leave a like, comment, subscribe, and especially seeing my ass get kicked for once. That's also the reason why I didn't upload. Nah, mostly because I'm busy. So alright, so enough banter. So